So here are the steps to copy the code file for your Swift Playground projects, either the investigation project or the major project or any project for that matter where you're given the code file. So in this particular case, I'm going into our class OneNote and I'm going down to the major project section and I'm going to the investigate page. We're in the investigate page here, so I can scroll down and you can see here there are two code files. There's the investigation code file here and the major project code file here. I'm going to choose preview on the major project code file. I'm going to select all of the code. So I might have to highlight to get my selection icons and then drag those all the way to the top, making sure that I don't miss out any of the code that I need. And this file is quite long, so I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Okay, once I've done that, I can then tap on the copy button here. And once I've done that, I can then tap and then say done. All right, I've got a copy of the code now. I need to go over to my Swift Playgrounds. And in Swift Playgrounds, I need to download a copy of the Puzzle World Playground. You can see I've got one here. Where did I find that? Well, over here under See All, I tap on that, and then I scroll over to the starting points. And then I scroll to the right, and you can see here Puzzle World is there, and I just tap on Get. Now that'll take about 5 minutes to download depending on the speed of your connection. I've already done that one. So having done that already, I can go back, and now I'm actually going to go and tap on my Puzzle World puzzle. And this comes already with some code built in which we need to get rid of. Notice that I'm in the left-hand side where the book panel is. I'm not in the shared code panel. This shared code panel's got some important code in it, and it's really important that you don't delete whatever code is in there. Okay, so back on the book panel, I'm going to now tap on a word here and try and choose select all if I can. Sometimes it's quite tricky working out where can you tap to actually get that select all button to appear. All right, there it is. Select all, and then I'm going over here and pressing delete. So I've got rid of that code. I'm now going to come back and tap and paste. Choose paste, and there's all of my code there. Okay, now the very first thing is once you've got the code in is just to give it a test run at top speed. So we choose the speedo over here, we choose the fastest option, and just see what the code actually does before you actually start editing it. And you can see in this case it's just drawn a little row of blocks and it's also put a single block in. All right, so that's how simple it is. Anytime you need to get a fresh copy of the code, if you've accidentally blown up the code, you can actually use that same method again and get a fresh copy of the code. Obviously, you're going to spend a fair bit of time editing the code now, but that was just how to get the code into your puzzle playground to start with. The last thing, just two recommendations for backup's sake. Number one is double tap on the actual name, and you've got to tap right on the name to get it, and then change the name that's in there, change that to, in this case, it was the major project. And that way, you know which file is which. In this case, I'm just going to cancel out of that. So where you started with the original Puzzle World, you would rename it to call it either the major project or the investigation, so you know which one is which. The second thing is you want to duplicate this file so that you've got a backup of it. Simplest way to do that is go to Select. Under Select, tick the file you want to duplicate, and then go up to the duplication button, which is this button on the very left-hand end. Tap on Duplicate. Really important here that you choose this option here, Duplicate and Keep Changes, so that you don't lose any work that you've done. And Swift will now copy that puzzle and we'll put the word copy on the end of it so you can see copy. And what I would do is if you've been working on your puzzle for an hour, then I'd go back to your original and duplicate it again. You always should have 2 copies, your one original that you're working on and your backup copy. If you've got 5 copies, get rid of the extra ones. Just keep 2 copies with your latest work in it. Okay, good luck.